Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Fruit market database Apple designs inside. Today we need to see this here the item related. We need to manage this here the tables as well as we need to manage this here the nutrition details for this value. We need to save also the database and then after need to price management also need to manage tables of price details and then after also need to manage today here the offer details need to manage here. Let's start. This is the cover this page database designs. We need to develop here how to create and explain in details. First of all, we need to open this here the yesterday created database structures. We need to open here and we need to create here the new tables for the items saving here the related to information. So we need to need here for the relations management. So we need to need here. Now we need to create here the new tables name and to give this here the name item detail and we need to give this here the columns. We need to need this here the 10 and now we need to create here. First ones we need to give this here the item underscore id for auto increments. Primary key you need to set here. Then after main category id, main cat id you need to set here like here and you need to set this here the blank and set here the 0. Then after need to configurations are the needs for the category cat ID. You need to here possible to multiple category availables. That's why we need to given this here the where cats and need to give this here the value 200 and we need to set this here the blank value. Then afterwards we need to give this here the item name and we need to set here the where cats and we need to set this here the 75 blank. Then after we need to item descriptions, we need to set here the value of the item descriptions and we need to give this here the 1000s value. We need to go set this here the where cares descriptions and set here the where cares 1000s. We need to give this here the value and blank like we need to configure. Then after item image, we need to specific one items image. We need to give this here for the showing for the display in app sites. That's why I need to set here the where cares and we need to set like this here the data and we need to give this here the hundreds varchars and to blank we need to set this here and after the status this is the common for every tables we need to need this here the status one once means here the active two means here the deleted always need to database inside the virtual delete we need to not call this here the hard deletes we need to soft delete always need to use here because we need to sometime need to hear the retrieves and some price related we need to selling times price is difference and new price are difference that's why I need to use this here the soft delete because we need to need this here the data that's why I need to carry we need always not delete any permanent data that's why need to use here the soft delete zero means here the inactive like so we need to configurations then after created dates modify date and we need to set this here the date times and current timestamps value need to defaults need to provide these years like years and these tables are the created for the item details and to item related information so need to save here now we need to press on save and created these tables now we need to again go here the fruit markets and we need to create here the another tables for the nutrition details so need to create here the nutrition detail tables nutrition detail like here nutrition detail and we need to need this here the columns as a six create here and we need to first one to give this here the nutrition value nutrition id is auto increment primary set here then after item underscore id because we need to connect with this nutrition the specific these items need to this nutritions need to connect that's why I need to set here the items and we need to by default set here the zero then after nutrition name like here's where cares, and we need to configure this here the value 75, and blank value need to put this here. Then after status, created date, and modify date time set here, and we need to set here current timestamp, and here's give this here one, and also need to set here one. Once means here the show active, zero means here the inactive, and two means deleted. Like here's need to create this is the configures for the nutrition details need to save inside these tables. Specific this here the item related nutritions need to add here, and now need to save and show like this here the data. You need to creating these tables. Now another most important tables you need to for this app we need to price details. We need to create here the multiple price. We need to possible to selling times are the price difference, and few day after the price is difference. That's why I need to always you need to use this here the functionality inside into swap delete. Never need to delete here the permanents. You need to not use this here the hard deletes. Make sure you need to your any database you need to related to price. You need to never use here the hard deletes. Always use this here the soft delete. Now need to give this here the table names. Need to use here the table names as a price detail like here's, and we need to need this here the columns as a 7, and we need to create these tables. Now we need to first ones we need to give this here the price ID, and we need to auto increments we need to primary key set here. Then here after we need to give this here the item ID. By default we need to give this here 0. Then after we need to give this here the unit IDs, which unit we need to set this here for this price. We need to declare here, and we need to set this here the unit ID. Set here the 0, and need to relate to this unit ID how much price we need to sell for these amounts. Need to set here, and we need to set here the where cares, and we need to give this here the 25, and blank we need to set this here the 0 point 0. Like amounts need to given this here for selling, so need to configure here. Then after the commons status created dates and modified dates need to apply here date times, and current timestamp default value we need to set this here. Like we need to manage here this data current timestamps, and here's also set here one. By default set here the active. Once means here the active, zero means here the inactive not showing this price, and two means here the deleted. Like here's we need to managing for the price details. Now need to save these tables, and we need to set this here. And last today tables we need to developing this here, and tomorrow need to manage this here the cart as well as the orders tables we need to manage here, and rating tables also manage for the specific items for the buying. So need to give this here the specific item wise need to ratings givens. Like we need to configure. Now we need to create here the new tables for the offer detail, and we need to need this here the 17 columns because we need to here possibles here the offers percentage wise, and here measure two types. First of all we need to explain this here the offers. We need to specifics we need to specific category inside all item need to give these offers, and second specific items only give these offers. Like this we need to main types, and offer types need to like here the percentage, and second types is the buy one get one free. Like this offer need to availables need to create like the spot types need to difference availables here, main category and items. Second offers means here the which type need to give this here offers percentage wise, like buy one get ones. Like we need to setting here, and now need to create here the tables. First of all we need to give this here the offer underscore id auto increment. So we need to set here this table are the bigs because we need to set here the offer name. Need to all small amounts need to needed here the informations. That's why I need to configure this here this value. Then after offer description, where cares, and we need to set this here the 1000 blank. Then after so need to set here the types. Here the possible two types need to category wise and item wise. Set here one and we need to set here one. Once means here category wise. Category inside this category inside the all products are the gets here the same offers. Categories wise, and two means here the specific item wise. We need to item specific like here and set this here the types. Then after another types we need to offer, which type we need to give this here the providing offers. Need to set here the types, create here one, and we need to declare here once. Once means here the percentage. Two means here the buy one get one. To write down like here buy get like offers buy get offers. Like we need to define here the types. Here's by get types tends to need this here the for different columns need to write down here the by unit underscore id. Need to set here the blank as 0. Then you need to set this here the by quantity, which quantity by and which quantity to get here free like here. Set here the varchars and to configure this here the blank value need to set here, and we need to set this here the 20. By default need to set this here the 0. Then after get qty, set here varchar 20, and we need to set here the 0. Then after we need to configure this here the get quantity, get unit id, and we need to set here the 0. If here the category is wise, then need to specify need to select it here the need this here the cat underscore id which category inside provide these offers. Need to connect with this here the id. Need to set by default as a 0. Then after so need to if here the select types as a items wise, then to give this here the type is equal to 2, then to get this here the value items underscore id, and to set this here the by default 0. And I need to give this here the offer value. If here the percentage, select here the offer types as a percentage select is equal to 1, then to give this here the percentage value. How much percentage we need to give this here the offers, like need to configure here, and now need to configure this here the varchar data type, and we need to set this here the for. By default need to give this here the offer value 5%. Need to set here the 0%, like here need to set here. Then after offer which times you need to started and which time between you need to end. Need to give this here, so need to set here the daytime times, create current timestamps also here, and also need to set this here the daytime and end offer and date like here, and three commons status created date and modify date. Now we need to set here the date time, also select here the date time, and we need to set here the current timestamp. Like value we need to set here. For these configurations we need to set here. Once means here the active this offer, two means here the deleted, and 0 means here the inactive. Like we need to configurations by default need to inactive offers we need to set here, and Now we need to save these tables and manage this here the over details. And tomorrow we need to manage this here the order details, cart managements, and ratings for the specific items. Need to manage this here the tables. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channel and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any questions, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.